Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, Sunday morning. Let's talk about it. I'm going to give you guys a second to come in. We are going to talk about business banking today. I think a lot of us don't really understand the importance when we are structuring our companies, and even when we're going from the 9 to 5 into entrepreneurship or a brand new business owner, the importance that business banking and our relationship with them holds, right? So you'll hear a lot of people tell you about 50K no-doc loans and how to structure, your company and all that other good stuff, right? But the truth with business banking and getting your hands on a good term business loan is going to come from your relationship. Good morning, Fatty. It's going to come from your relationship with your bank, right? So what trappers do, what I teach my students to do, what I tell my clients to do, and what I do myself is this is chess, not checkers. We are setting ourselves up strategically with every move. Good morning. So that way we can get the big money, right? And I tell you guys a lot, I say 100K, right? 100K is the starting point. We're really building our business credit and our businesses and scaling our brands to get to 7 figures, right? 1,700 people become 7-figure earners every single day in the United States. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 1,700 people. The only difference between you, me, and a 7-figure earner is that they strategically made moves to get there. That's it. They had a blueprint. They had a plan. They executed it. So, business banking. When you first form your LLC, there's a couple steps I want you guys to take. You guys want to make sure you are doing the multi-member, not the single member. For your EIN purpose, you always want to check for banking purposes, okay? So I want you to take those couple steps when you first form your LLC. Next thing you're going to do is you are going to go get a business bank account. You want this business bank account immediately. I don't care if you only put $100 into this business bank account. You want to make sure that your business bank account never has 0 or negative deposit days. Meaning you never want your business bank account to go under a 0 balance, and you never want it to be at a 0 balance. Okay? So when you are you want to have at least $100 in there, you guys. Even if you're not making revenue yet, keep some type of money in that business bank account, okay? The next thing I want you to do, if you know that you are going to, in 6 months, you are going to try to start buying real estate, commercial real estate, residential real estate under your business, you know that you are going to want to be using this bank. We never put our paychecks into our bank, right? When you commingle your personal finances with your business, you pierce the legal veil of your LLC. So we never want to deposit our payroll W-2 check from our job into our bank, right? The only money you want to put into your business bank account, you want to use a payment processor. That could be Stripe, that could be Square, that could be Google, making invoices, using a processor, whatever you want to use. But you do not want to, you want to use your business bank account like a corporation would use their business bank account. A corporation is not going to have a bunch of cash going into their business bank account, right? They're going to have checks. They're going to have a payment processor because somebody's using a credit card. So you kind of want to get in the mind frame of that. So we want to never put our payroll check. Really, you don't want to put cash in there, but if you absolutely have to, drop the cash. We don't want to use Cash App. We don't want to use Zelle. We do not want to use any... Mommy. Good morning, baby.
The sun is blocking my eyes.
The sun is blocking your eyes? Sorry, guys. We don't want to use... Oh, no! I just dumped Monster all over my bed because I forgot I had it. That's great. All right. Not just business banking. When we're in bed, we don't want to have full cans sitting in our lap that we forget about because that wasn't smart. So our business bank accounts, we do not want to commingle our personal funds with our business funds because
Mom,
it pierces the legal veil.
The sun just blocked my eyes.
Okay, I'm going to get you some tea. Mommy's talking, okay? You can look the other way. You don't have to look dead at the sun. Say good morning, TikTok.
Good morning, TikTok.
So we want to make sure they said good morning. So we want to make sure we have the money going into our business bank account under an invoice or in using a payment processor, okay? No zero bank days. Even if you only have like $500 that you can play with in the beginning of all this, put the 500 into your bank account, use a payment processor, do like $50 increments, right?
You gotta lose the candy.
There is a when you're using your business bank account, you're building data points and you're building a relationship, right? And so eventually, when you start having money coming in, you want to start making at least 10 deposits. They can be $50 deposits, they can be $100 deposits, right? But you want to start making 10 deposits. You always want to have more deposits than withdrawals into your business bank account, okay? The major thing I want you guys to know about setting up is wrapping your brain around strategically building a relationship with your bank, right? Ask them questions. Talk to them. You guys, when I first started doing business credit, I literally have 3 different bankers' numbers in my phone. They call me on a regular basis. Like when Flagstar gets new products for business, the business bank manager, the general manager, she's on the phone with me, right? Because I've gone in there so many times and I've had conversations. I kept looking into that Chase thing too. I seen for a second there was something going around about Chase had 150K for small business owners. And I did end up talking to the branch manager that I know, and they don't know anything about that. So maybe they're just not, when the post is going around, maybe they're just not calling it like the exact name it is. Here, baby, take the remote, I'll go what you see. That might be it. Chase does have though, they set aside, it's like $60 billion or $10 billion, something like that, that they have set aside for small business owners in underserved communities. So for minority business owners in underserved communities, they have it's either 10 or $1 billion, I don't remember, set aside for special loans and funding programs. I'm trying to get her schedule. So I'm trying to get her schedule so I can see if I can get her on TikTok or even in the Facebook group, so that way she can give you guys some more information on that. She is a branch manager for Chase. So call whoever you are doing your business banking with and ask them questions. Most banks, else unless they ask, right. Oh, you worked for Chase for 15 years. See, this is why I love our communities. And I really love who I have following me on TikTok. It's like we have so much information inside of these lives and inside of the classes, inside of the Facebook group. Because it really is like, you worked for Chase for 15 years. Ask questions. This would be the perfect person right now to ask some questions if you bank with Chase, right? We keep hearing this information from everybody on these lives and videos, but the truth is, business credit changes. It's like the water. It is fluent. It's not regulated by the USC. It's not regulated by the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It's corporation to corporation or company to company. And so consumer laws only protect consumer to company. And business credit can change like the wind, right? So you want to ask questions. If you see a viral video, don't just run into the bank, right? Don't just run and open up a bank account at Truist. Oh, let's talk about that. So you guys will see these videos will go viral about this bank, and this bank gave me a 50K no-doc loan on a brand new LLC. So all you need is a LLC. The first thing they're not telling you is that your LLC must have age when you go inside of a bank to get funding. The reason your LLC must have age is because your first 2 to 3 years in business is shaky. It's rocky, you guys. You're a brand new business owner. You are going to make brand new business owner mistakes. We are at the mercy of the market. We probably don't have working capital built up. And business bank loans they have high notes. They go on terms of 3 to 5 years. $100,000 from a bank and a business loan is going to be between $2,000 and $4,000 a month. okay? When you are a brand new business owner, that's probably going to be your profit. So you're going to be paying your entire profit into this business loan, right? It's a recipe for disaster. This is why they want you to have some age. They want you to have some equity. They want you to have some working capital, right? They're not trying to not loan people money. They're trying to make sure that you can come back and get more money, right? So when you see these banks that they post and say all you need is an LLC and your EIN number, you need age. And so in order to do that, you have to buy a shelf corp, right? You also need a primary on your business that has done at least the amount of money that you are requesting. So if you're trying to get 50K, then you need to have a primary that it says you've had 50K and you've paid it down before. If you already have an LLC, you can add a DBA under the LLC and take the year from the LLC, even if it's a new business. That's true, but keep in mind when you add that I don't think it's when you add a DBA, you guys, but be careful because when you change the name of your business, you lose your age. So just, if you're going to do it, like what they just said, make sure that you are following, you really research that, and you're not changing the name of your actual business. You're going under a DBA. Okay. So they don't tell you, right? So people are forming these LLCs in California because Truist is there, but you live in Michigan and you don't have any revenue. You haven't done any business, right? And so you live in Michigan, you formed an LLC in Cali, you don't have any revenue, you don't have payroll to have an address, and you call or go into Truist to try to get a 50K no-doc loan, and Truist tells you you got to register as a foreign entity. And now you got to pay these taxes from your state and that state, right? There's little things, or rather big things, that we're not picking up or we're not getting in just a video, okay? The easiest way to get funding for your business is going to be use what's in your hands. You guys, we don't have to have $100,000 to start a business. Warren Buffett, I highly doubt, started with $100,000 when he started his first business. Okay. Restaurants, t-shirt businesses, clothing line brands, shoe businesses, candles, like any and everything that people make. Nobody had to go and get $500,000 to start this business. Chances are they had something they were good at. They started making money at it. And then as they expanded and they went and got more money to open up more businesses and expand, right? So get out of this, I need to have a brand new t-shirt pressing machine or vending machines. I got to have 15 all brand new vending machines. No, you don't. No, you don't. Go buy the vending machines that you can afford and put a brand new credit card processor in there, right? Like, we don't need brand new shiny objects when we are just starting out. We need to focus on our ROI. Okay, if you are taking $150,000 to open up this business, and you're not going to make $150,000 for 5 years, you're already in trouble. A lot of us are skipping past our business plan. There's a reason why when you go in the bank, they want you to have a professionally put together business plan with market research and profit loss, right? Because they want you to understand what you're getting into before you take out this loan. And they want to see what numbers you're going to make, right? They want to know how you're going to pay this money back. It's a business. Even you borrowing money is business, right? So getting out of the 60 second, and we're going to have $250,000 and we're going to do ABCD, right? Let's stop there. But when we are in business, say you are somebody who, say you like to cook and you've been doing meals out of your house, right? You've been selling dinner plates and your business is doing phenomenal. Like, you're a great cook. You have a branded face recognition. You're selling out of your dinners every single weekend. You got people after the club blowing you up. Like, you are ready to get a food truck, right? Like, you've been selling your dinners. You saved some of your money. You're like, I'm ready to get a food truck. What we want to do is we want to make sure our LLC is structured properly. We want to open our business bank account, and we want to start using our business bank account like someone who is going to be responsible and a business owner that can show that they can pay back the money they're going to borrow to get that food truck, right? So we want to make sure that we are not commingling our money, that we are putting money into our business bank account using some type of payment processor or invoicing, right? We don't want to keep our money when we have our food trucks or when we're selling dinners out the kitchen. We do not want to be putting our money into a shoebox, okay? We don't necessarily want to be putting all our money into the bank either. We want to put our money into things that are going to make us money, but that's another life, right? But we want to stop putting our cash into shoeboxes. We want to show that we're making that cash so that way we can go and we can get the loan to go get a food truck, right? Before we get our food truck, what do we need? Right? What do we need? What do the permits look like? What does the licensing look like? When we're purchasing this food truck, do we want to buy an empty truck and do a build out? Do we want to buy a used truck and have the equipment checked? If we're going to have fried food, we got to make sure, well, I know here in Michigan, if you are going to have any type of fryer, there needs to be a certain type of ANSEL system from the fire extinguishers in there, right? So there's just different things that we need to look at. And that's what I mean by planning. It's not, I'm selling out of my dinners. I'm gonna go buy this food truck from this place, and I'm just gonna jump into business. No, selling out my dinners. I want a food truck. I don't want to use all my revenue and all my money that I've made. So I'm gonna put some of this revenue in through this business bank account right here. So that way I've set myself up to ask for money to buy and purchase this food truck, and I'm gonna get really good terms on it. Right? I'm going to get really good terms on this food truck because I've built this relationship with this bank. And I'm going to take it a step further. And because I know I want to be a business owner and I want to own my food truck, I know I need to get my personal credit together, right? A lot of us are going into business and we're trying to do everything we can to avoid our personal credit. And I can tell you guys, your personal credit is the key to your financial success in your business. Your personal credit is just as important, if not more important, than the revenue that you're making in the beginning, right? When you take the time and energy to clean up your personal credit and build it out, which only takes 90 days, you guys, 90 days, you are setting yourself up for massive success because now you don't have to show revenue and go into this bank and do all the things. Right? You don't have to take shit terms on business loans that just go off EIN only. Any business loan that you're going to get or business line of credit that goes off of EIN only is going to be based off of your revenue. It is going to have higher interest rates and it's going to have shit terms. Most of them, damn near like 98% of those business lines of credit or loans need to be paid back weekly or daily. It's literally like 2 of them that you can pay back monthly. If you go EIN only and you get $25,000 from Fundbox, Fundbox, right? $25,000 from Fundbox is EIN only. Your payment is $1,300 a week. It's literally on the terms of 24 months. Now, when you get to the bank, your business has some age, you're working with a couple dollars, you got some revenue coming in, maybe your credit's not great, but it's not bad. The bank will give you a business loan on 3 to 5 years term, right? And so $100,000 on a we'll just say 50,000. 50,000 on a 12-month term is going to be $4,000 a month. 50, and that's before interest. That's just the principal. $50,000 on 24 months is going to be $2,000 a month plus your interest, right? It's not a lot of money when we're talking about businesses, you guys. It really, $2,000 a month really cuts into your profits as a new business owner. When you take the time, just 90 days, to get your personal credit together, you now can go into credit stacking, right? So now you can go get revolving lines of credit. Now we have 0% interest. Now we're getting points and cash back. Now that same $100,000 that I just told you guys about, right? $100,000 is going to be between $800 and $1,100 a month in payment. Any money that you pay back to that $100,000 is going to replenish itself, and you're going to have that credit line available to you again because they're revolving lines of credit. Now, it's not 0% interest forever. It's 0% interest for 12 to 18 months, right? Bank of America, I think, is 6 months. But the worst that's going to happen if you don't have that money paid back in that 12 months is that you're going to have to pay the interest. That's literally the worst that's going to happen. It is still a more manageable payment, but the only way you can do it is if you take the 90 days and you get your personal credit together. Who helps us do this? One step forward, one step back. I help people do it. I have a free Facebook community, Business Trappers. So I do a bunch of videos in there, and there's a ton of information in there. And we also have the 6-figure business credit class. And so that link will be up in my profile, in my bio. The link will be good. I'm closing it down on the 12th. Right now, the 6-figure business credit class is $997. You have a lifetime access to the Facebook group and the live videos, and new content that I drop in there. So in the 6-figure business credit class, I take you through fixing your personal credit in under 90 days, building your credit in under 90 days, structuring your business properly. I show you exactly where to go, exactly how to fill out the applications, and exactly how to get $100,000 in one day in 0% interest, revolving lines of credit. One of the trappers yesterday morning, she just got her first 23K card with 18% or 0% interest for 18 months. It was her first business card. She got it from the hardest bank too, you guys. She got it from US Bank. She's waiting on her second approval now. Right after class, another business trapper, he got the 11K approval from Navy Fed. So those are posted all over social media because I am so fucking proud of them. And they're new. These are new students. The first student I told you about, she just started in December. And the second trapper I just told you about, he just came in January. So it's 90 days and it's 60 days, 30 days in, and they're already getting in high limit approvals, 5 figures approvals. I just saw a video of you talking about Title 18, I believe it was. Yep, I was talking about Title 18. So that is in beta, right? So I put the Title 18 on a couple different Metro 2 disputes, and it was fire. Like, it was fire. So it's in beta. That's why I'm just now, talking about it. Try it out. Put it with what disputes you use, or it's not for original creditors. That is for when the collections are with debt collectors. Oh yeah, you can use it for bad debt. Use any of the codes. Methods do not remove collections from our credit report. The laws, the USC codes, that's what removes collections. And the masterclass for personal credit it's tomorrow. It's February 5th. So I'm showing you guys the Master Sweep, and I'm showing you guys the Metro 2. You get the big Metro 2 book, lifetime access to the replay. So if you're somebody that is trying to get any and everything off your credit report in 30 to 45 days, jump into the Sweep class tomorrow. I have a client that's jammed up on his personal credit with a 40K line. It needs to be on business, but Elizabeth, Navy Fed won't issue the credit for business because of dropping FICO. Yeah, he's got to get that FICO up. Navy Fed is trash for business, though. I'm just going to be honest with you. I love Navy Fed for personal credit, but I don't deal with them for business credit. I really don't deal with the banks at all for business credit. We go through the Visa Inc. Chase or Chase Visa Incs. We do the HBO MasterCards. We do in American Express. US Bank, Citibank, you need under 3 inquiries. So yeah, I typically we do the revolving lines of credit that you don't have to have bank accounts for first, right? And then because when we're in a 6-figure business credit class, like I said, this is chess, not checkers. We are strategically setting ourselves up. So we're going to go and get the revolving lines of credit that are going to give us the $20,000, $40,000, $250,000 limits with the 0% interest in revolving lines of credit. Thank you. Points and cash back. And then because we've been building our business relationship with the bank, now we're going to sit down at 90 days in, and now we're going to go and get those revolving lines from the banks too. BOA is great to get revolving lines of credit from. I also show you guys in the 6-figure business credit class how to liquidate your cards, right? Because we don't want to pay high-ass cash advance fees. And that is the downfall of credit stacking. When you credit stack, it's not liquid, it's on a card. So I show you guys how to liquidate your cards without getting them shut down, without getting in a shit ton of trouble. So that way you have the liquid. A lot of times we can buy income producing assets way cheaper with cash. And I'm going to give you an example. I have a client. She went to the bank and she got three $20,000 loans approved to buy 3 vehicles because she wanted to put them on Turo. And so she gets the loans approved and we're sitting down and we're crunching these numbers. And I'm like, girl, you need at least 5 vehicles on Turo to make $50,000 a year, right? And that's really not a lot of money when you got the overhead of 5 vehicles. And so we started, kind of just thinking outside the box. Well, here in Michigan, you can go to a couple different auctions. And if you have a bridge card or a Medicaid card, then you can get that car half off at the final bid. And so she went in, instead of her taking those three $20,000 loans from the bank, she liquidated one of her business credit cards and went to the auction. And she started off with 6 cars. Now, you got to make sure that those cars, you have a clean title. Okay, take somebody, if you're a female, take somebody with you that knows about vehicles, right? Because this could go one way or the other. And so she went in, she bid on the cars. I think she got 6 vehicles for under $30,000. And so she had an attorney help her draw up contracts, went back to the neighborhood, and it's almost like a land contract for a house, but she's doing it with vehicles. So she has men and women in the neighborhood that they can't afford a car, but they want to do Uber and Lyft. And so she's doing a rent to own because the vehicles have to be in the person's name, right? So she's doing a rent to own under contracts and she's renting these vehicles out for Uber and Lyft drivers. They get a vehicle. She's selling these cars like for 3 times what she paid. She now has 18 cars, you guys. It literally was one of the most genius, think outside of the box, we're going to make this shit work plans ever. And it worked out way better than Turo. Now she's got 18 people who are able to provide for their families because they have a vehicle, they're doing Uber and Lyft, and she's making hand over fist money. So it's impactful and sustainable. And those are the type of businesses that I love, right? So there's so much different stuff that we can do outside of traditional going to the bank. But that's what I mean by we got to be able to liquidate the cards, and we can sometimes get things way cheaper when we pay cash. Food trucks. If you buy a brand new shiny food truck and got to run your credit card, you're going to pay a shit ton of extra money. It's just like a car, right? But if you can find a used one from a private owner who just wants the cash, boom, you probably just got a way better deal. So liquidating the cards and knowing that before you go into credit stacking is important. Hold on. What did this say? Federal Navy Fed won't issue the credit for business because of the dropping FICO. Yeah, you got to have your FICO up. I'm getting low credit limits. What's up with that? If your score is 760, you're getting low limits. It's how you're filling out your application. It's your data points. It's how you're filling out the business application. How do I get him unstuck? Try the Chase Visa Inks and kind of move away from Navy Fed and pull his FICO because there might be something going on there. Navy Fed has their own internal scoring system. So typically Navy Fed doesn't even pull your FICO. They pull from TransUnion. So I don't deal with Navy Fed for business. So maybe that's different. Maybe they pull your FICO when they do business credit. But me personally, I would try the Chase Visa Inks. Judgments and garnishments. Make sure you are going to court, right? When you have judgments and garnishments against you, make sure you are going to court. If you are working, if you have money coming in, just go into court and set up a payment arrangement. Do like $10 a month, you guys. Get this shit off your credit report and get into a better financial situation, right? One thing that we do when we're focusing on our personal credit, we're cleaning our personal credit up so that way we can use it to leverage business credit. We're getting business credit so we can invest, right? We are getting our business credit so we can invest in whatever income producing asset we want. I do e-com. I have a $50,000 card up on an e-com store. I get my points and my cash back every month, and I make a commission. I have my whole entire family doing it, right? Maybe you want to do affiliate marketing. Maybe you want to sell digital products. Whatever that looks like for you, but we take our business credit to start. We use our business credit to invest to make us more money. So that way we can pay judgments and garnishments. We can settle it out and get a pay per delete, right? The goal is not to try to get out of all of this. The goal is to get ahead of it, right? The goal is not to fall down rabbit holes and try to figure out how to make it all go away and erase it and spend years fighting it. The goal is, what can I do in this position to get myself over to a point where I can pay all of this and I can move on with my life. I can get past this financial hardship and I can get to where I want to be, where I deserve to be. That is the goal. This is my kind of talk. Oh, I love it. I love it. How can we find business grants? Go on Hello Alice. Go on Hello Alice and look for different business grants that are pertaining to you. When we're doing, so there's two types of grants, right? There is the type of grants where, like, you go on the internet, you find them, you fill them out, any business owner can get them. And there's grants for business owners that have the certifications. And so go on to Hello Alice, look up the different grants, and put your emphasis in the story that you're telling. When they give you that grant money, they want to be able to put your story up on their website or up on their wall and say, look, this is who we helped and this is what our money helped do. So when you're filling out for grants, keep that in mind. I got a 720 score and I'm still having trouble. Oh, Brad, I'm so glad you just brought this up, right? Because it's not our score, it's our profile. So if you have a 720 score, but you have 4 authorized users, you only have 2 primary accounts, and both of them have maybe a $500 limit, you're not going to get approvals, right? Because your profile is not heavy. So a lot of us, we focus, our score is an indicator of our credit health month to month. Our profile, that's going to be what makes up our FICO score. That's going to be our data points, and that's what's going to get you those approvals. So if I had to guess, and you have a 720, what's on your credit? Like, what do you have? A revolving line, an installment? Do you have a high limit? Do you have a high limit credit line on there that's like above 2,000 or more? What does your profile look like? And if it's not your profile, you have a thick profile and you have a 720 and you're still getting denied, it's more than likely how you're filling out those applications. So a lot of times, more results Friday, finally hit the 800 club. I truly appreciate you. Congratulations. Did you post it in the big group? Congratulations. 800, you guys, look, 800 is work. Everybody on here, I want us to make sure, here's a couple tricks, right? Start paying your credit card bills 3 days before your statement date and leave it at a 0% balance until your due date, right? That's a hack. If you are in the process of building your credit, I want you to use one credit card. Like, you use it for cash, like everything you pay cash for, swipe that credit card first and then pay it off immediately, right? That'll help you get there faster. I have a garnishment from Credit Acceptance Corp. They're cutthroat. They are cutthroat for garnishments, right? So if it's with Credit Acceptance, it's with this original creditor, so that won't work for you. Go in and set up payment arrangements. Do some case law studies. Go and do some case law studies on Credit Acceptance. See where they've messed up with in the past on their contracts, and then take apart your contract, because contract law is heavy and contract law will get that shit thrown out. So focus on case law, do case law studies, and then look at that contract and see what you can pull apart. What do you suggest for getting business credit for people with bad personal credit? I do not suggest. Yes, baby. Oh, your tea? Yes, absolutely. I do not suggest that you go down that rabbit hole. I lost $12,000 when I first came in trying to do EIN only business credit, and I've known a lot of people who have lost a lot of money. I always suggest that you take the time. It only takes 90 days. I don't care if you have bankruptcies, repos, evictions. I don't care if your credit looks like you'll never get another credit card ever again in your life. It only takes 90 days to clear up and build out your credit. So I do not suggest that you go into grabbing business credit or even go into business with bad personal credit. focus on your personal credit. Get it cleaned up. The next masterclass where I show you the sweep is tomorrow. You can literally jump in there and have good personal credit by summer. I just started a cleaning business and I don't want to fail. So here's a little bit of mindset around that, right? I just started a cleaning business and I want to do a good job. So we can't go, if we're going into something worried about if we're going to fail or not, we're projecting that and we're focused on, I don't want to fail. If we go into the cleaning business and we say, okay, I'm kind of scared and I want to do a good job. What can I do to ensure that I'm doing a good job, that I'm giving customer service? And what can I do to set myself up to feel like a proud business owner? I was so scared when I started teaching. So I know how to do business credit. I know how to get people $100,000 in 90 days, no questions asked, right? I've done it for hundreds of clients. I've done it for myself. I've done it for my family. I've done it for hundreds of people. But teaching it was different. And so when I started teaching it, I'm responsible. I'm not responsible for your results, but I am responsible to take the information and knowledge I have and be able to present it in a way that 30 other people can pick it up and get results. That was fucking scary. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to fail, right? Like I don't want to, teach them and they don't understand, or I was scared shitless. And so I had to change that question. And I had to ask myself, how can I become the kind of teacher students and people in my community get the highest and best results? So yes, was I scared to fail? Absolutely. But I changed the question. And when I changed the question, I was asking a different question. So I was able to do different things. So how can I go into my cleaning business and create the best customer service and give my customers the highest and best results? And focus on that. You can't go wrong. Brian, DM me. I gotta get it in. Still says requesting on Facebook. I'll go double check it. I'll go let the approval through. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here so I can spend some little Sunday morning time with my little baby. But the 6-figure business credit class, drop that. The 6-figure business credit class. It has two spots are left, right? So you guys the link's in the bio. You can jump on a call with me. The 6-figure business credit class goes for 60 days, but you guys have lifetime access to the Facebook, the replays, and all the new content in there. It's really a no-brainer. You're literally making a $1,000 investment in yourself and your business, and you're going to come out of there with $100,000. Like, it's a no-brainer. The masterclass is February 5th, which is tomorrow. And I am showing you how to take any and everything off of your personal credit in 30 to 45 days. You have lifetime access to the replays, and you will be in a special, smaller group where you have access to me and the other people in there. The Facebook is Business Trappers. It's Business Trappers. When you get the 6-figure business credit course, you automatically go into the Master Suite. So I will be on here a little bit later, and I'll talk to y'all in a second.